This is going to be a 4-in-1 variation of a theme flag. Welcome to Northern Europe, where the temperature is about -5, feeling -11, and the snowy outback, darkened wilderness of Finland for this flag's in 50 places. What do you call a group of people who have completed all their tasks? Finnish. But let's get to the main star of the episode, the blue and white Nordic cross flag. Plain, simple and very recognisable while fitting in with its family of flags. It was adopted on the 28th of May 1918, has a 11:18 ratio. An initial version had a lighter blue for the first 2 years before darkened to what it still is in use today. But there are 3 other subtle flags based on this design. This state and ensign flag has the national coat of arms, which, as you can see, is the crowned lion, whose right front leg has been amputated and replaced by a human arm, which is holding a sword. To make matters worse, the lion couldn't care less about its back paws because it appears to be dancing on a Russian sabre. And finally, for good measure, 9 silver roses, because why not? The origins come from Sweden's use of lions on banners as they were governing the land back in the 1200s. Erik Knutsen had 2 lions and his replacement, Erik Eriksson, had 3. Greedy. Over the centuries, this evolved into a lion surfing on a sabre during the 1700s to this double-wielding sword lion while Russia was in charge. When Finland gained independence in the early 1900s, the coat of arms was amended again. It was thought that a lion holding a sword would warn Russia, and others, to think twice again before trying to take hold. To make it even stronger, they use a human arm instead of the lion's. I know. Also standing on the sabre of its enemies as a double warning to back right off. Behind me is a hole in a lake, so you can go skinny dipping in the ice and the cold. Yeah, no way. This 1918 version of the state flag had a shield at the intersection. This was amended to a square 2 years later, and that's what's in use today. Some wanted a bear instead of a lion, as the bear is Finland's national animal, but a bear on flags is very common in Russian flags, and many thought that this might not look great after they would just kick them out of the country. The third flag is almost identical, but has 3 pointy ends to make up the war flag and the naval ensign. The fourth and final flag is the presidential flag, which has the Cross of Liberty in the canton. Now, there's a whole backstory about these Cross of Liberties, and yes, there's more than one. The one used here is third class. Yeah, I know. Why not the first class for the president? Well, it's the Finnish way, I guess. These crosses came along after 1918, following their independence, and since World War II are issued in peacetime as well. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a rather angry snowman over here who seems to be having a bit of a meltdown. The origins of the main flag has its roots in this mid-1800s blue St George's cross that was used for a while as the merchant navy ensign during the Crimean War. Finland has had many flags to offer in the sense of its regional states. Sadly, they're not quite as iconic as their national parent, and to show you what I mean, here's a turkey to start with. Yes, I'm serious. There is also the flag of the Semi people who inhabit the Lapland area, and you can find out all about that by clicking on the link above. Back to the national flag itself, the colours are said to be white for the snow of winter, yeah, and blue for the lakes of which I'm standing on, so still white. And one final one, how do you make a snowman hard? I'm not reading that one. You're rubbing his icicles, what's that all about? Sorry. The blue was amended on the 1st of January 1995 to its current shade. This playlist will give you access to other Nordic cross flags that are in use and not just national flags. Bon voyage.